are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 and the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in Week 2. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. Play action now. Winston. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Jameis to throw it. Going out wide, finds Chubb. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Winston. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, it's just been an aerial attack all the way downfield, and they're putting it to the defense in a big way right now. What do you think, partner? Do you now run the football? Because they're in a pretty good spot already at the outer edges of a field goal.
But, like you always tell me, you're still far enough away from the end zone that a pass could be a good option here, too.
You know, we always talk about running the ball until people take it away from you. I don't see any reason to stop throwing it until they take it away from you as well.
Well, the early return, nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the 1st down sack. Winston, and he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 12-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. I think you'd have to say Nick Chubb, pound for pound, one of the most powerful runners in the NFL. He proved it there.
Yeah, that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact, and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-zip Vegas.
Makes the score Raiders 7, Chargers nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 14-yard line.
Play action. It's Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert voids the target, and he has it over the middle. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple. It's 2nd down. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 41-yard line.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Well, this defense for the Raiders, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And Herbert able to get this one to Eckler out of the backfield.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Well, Brandon, obviously no panic in them. They gave up the touchdown. You know, their defensive side did that. But he's already taken them back downfield. I love this field general that they've got. It's almost like he went to the defensive captain and said, don't worry about it. We got you. Now they got first and goal.
Yeah, we're seeing punch-counter-punch, and this could be setting the table for quite the game.
I like that. Let's go ahead and put it in the boxing ring, right? You're going to get hit sometimes. Can you respond and hit back? And they're trying to do exactly that.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Now Herbert, third and goal. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown. Austin Eckler, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and we are tied here in the second quarter. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Jerry Tillery. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Throwing, Winston. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
He was brought down by Trayvon Mullen. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. On the give, this is Eckler. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Chargers have taken the lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Winston. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They go play action. Winston. And he'll look downfield for Waller. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Following the penalty, Chubb. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice gain.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw into the hands of Boyle here. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd down and 3. Off the play fake, Winston. And he fires one incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Winston. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. Space to run past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Darren Waller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Herbert throwing again. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Tyler Boyd, 33 yards. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Winston's throw taken in by Landry. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. To throw is Winston. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
First down, Winston. And he will find his man on the outside. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Jameis now on first down. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And this throw will be intercepted. It's Damon Arnett picking it off. And the Raiders are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will tie our game here in the third.
With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21 all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way down to the 26. 62 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Well, this game's ripe for the taking, and that run, I think it means he wants to take it.
Not only does he want to take it, he doesn't care what they're going to do on the defensive side of the ball. You can be prepared for him. He's coming at you anyway.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. First carry for James Conner. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Now it's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Herbert. This is caught. Touchdown. Austin Eckler. 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On play action, Winston. And his throw here's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Second and 10. From the gun, Winston. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play that time on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. On 1st down, Chubb going to get forward for only about a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
From the 39, Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 30. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Charger drive about to get going. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now it's the backup, Newton. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Jameis to throw it. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. 2nd and 9. Play action now. Winston. This one hauled in by Sample. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
They'll give it to Chubb. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Here's Winston. This is to Pitts on the quick slant. Touchdown, Raiders! A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the third quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And that's incomplete.
Well, as we all know, possessions are crucial in a tie game. And let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision to just send that one to the sideline.
The Chargers on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Herbert. And he's got his big tight end here. Powers through him. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there for L.A.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air. Nice chunk of yardage there. And
he's in for a Charger touchdown. James Conner, 27 yards. And the Chargers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Boy, missed tackles continuing to plague this defense, and they surrender another big play and a touchdown here.
Yeah, but my count, at least 2 guys had shots at him, maybe even more than that. But this defense, they looked out of sorts all game long. That was definitely not one of their better efforts right there.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. A running play there, going to get 10 and a quick first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
A run for Nick Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 58 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 27-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
A first down throw for Winston. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Raiders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. And in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of... And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he gets us up past the 30 to the 32.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Herbert now. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Back to throw here, Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. To Guyton. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. Throwing, Herbert. He's got Eckler. Now room for Eckler. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. He has been terrific today, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely running flawless 2-minute drill right here. This has been quarterbacking 101 with a flourish.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth. Slide for the PAT. And they will take a 7-point lead now. It's the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for Vegas. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score off.
And he's going to go down. He's safe before he can get rid of the football, and they remain down by a point. The clock showing 19 seconds to go. And this is going to be taken in by the Chargers, and it appears they're going to win this football game. Now, 4th quarter, it felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On the counter, it's Connor. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. Pushing through the contact. And good power running, but he's still going to be about a yard short. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
12 yards. Brings up 4th down.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary prayers, though, they went unanswered. Could have won it, but couldn't get it done.
Almost felt schoolyard or playground, didn't it? You remember when you called that play? Everybody just go long and try and find someone open. They gave it a shot, but unable to successfully complete it.
So, for the Chargers, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener.